It's not too bad. I mean, I think the high clouds kind of helped. We have a bit of a breeze out here, but it's going to still stay above average as we head into Labor Day weekend. Let's take a look at current conditions across Southern Oregon and Northern California. We're seeing temperatures in the 80s, lower 80s in the basin. We got some upper 80s to lower 90s in our west side valleys, and shaping up to be a beautiful sunset in Gold Beach, currently 63 degrees. Satellite and radar, we've had a few showers pop up towards Lake County. Now, not a lot of this likely reaching the ground. But overall, as we head through this weekend, we're going to stay mainly dry. We do expect a break in the action, especially when it comes to thunderstorms. Fortunately, we haven't seen any of that, any thunderstorm activity in Lake County. Seeing moderate air quality in Wairika, starting to see some of that Dillon fire smoke drift into parts of the Shasta Valley. Unhealthy air quality in Happy Camp. We're still looking good for air quality in the Rogue Valley, but likely some of that smoke settling in to portions of the west side, and then also east side seeing some smoke as well, that mainly from the immigrant fire. Cool temperatures tonight, lows in the 50s and 40s inland, and some low 50s along the coast. Tomorrow, it'll still be pretty hot in the afternoon. We're going to rebound nicely, getting up above about 5 degrees or so above normal for this time of the year, up to 94 in Medford, 87 degrees in Klamath Falls. The Lake County Roundup continues in Lakeview right through Labor Day, and it will be a little bit hotter by Sunday and Monday. Highs up above 90 degrees. Could see some areas of smoke and haze. For the Cascades, maybe doing some camping over the holiday weekend. Notice temperatures bumping up a little bit on Labor Day Monday. There could be some hazy conditions and maybe enough smoke to make for some air quality impacts at times this weekend, but I don't think we're going to be socked in with smoke really anywhere in our region for the most part, except immediately downwind from some of these fires. The Rogue Valley, low 90s for highs this weekend. We bump up to the mid to upper 90s for Labor Day. Here's a look at the heat. We get a little bit of a dip in temperatures, but still, again, above normal for this time of the year, and then the heat really builds next week as we head back to work and school. Another shot of cool air entering the Midwest. It's going to feel like fall there, but not here out west. It is going to stay pretty hot next week. Highs getting back up into the triple digits in the Rogue Valley Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And with that heat could come some monsoonal moisture and the potential for some thunderstorms next week. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. The coast, look for some brighter skies Monday and Tuesday, a bit breezy. That should allow for a little bit of a warm up. For Northern California, areas of smoke, especially for western portions of Siskiyou County, closer to the Dillon fire. A slight chance of a thunderstorm on Wednesday. The basin will be watching Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for some thunderstorm potential. Expect periods of smoke this weekend, especially in the mornings, seeing the biggest impacts to air quality in the Klamath Basin. The mountains, we stay dry for the next few days, and then we'll be watching next Wednesday and Thursday for maybe a thunderstorm potential. For the Rogue Valley, lower 90s for highs the next couple of days, some periods of haze and maybe some reductions in air quality, especially in the mornings. We've been seeing that the last couple of mornings. And then notice next week the heat builds, and we'll also be looking at a thunderstorm potential even in the Rogue Valley for Wednesday and Thursday. Coming up tonight on Newswatch 12 at 11, I'll have another look at your Labor Day weekend forecast, and I'll have much more on that heat wave that's expected next week, along with that potential for some more thunderstorms. Of course, we'll be concerned about any lightning strikes sparking new fires. That's all coming up tonight at 11.